Officials with the United Nations are sounding alarm over the Trump administration's actions and threats directed at Venezuela, calling them an extremely dangerous escalation that could impact peace and security in the Caribbean. Those officials say covert action in the South American country and threat force violate Venezuela's sovereignty. The strikes are also sparking criticism from Colombia and further escalating tensions between Colombia's president and President Donald Trump. Reporter Juan Carlos Lopez has more on the warning from UN officials.
The report by 3 United Nations experts urges the United States government to cease what they describe as unlawful attacks and threats against Venezuela. They state that covert action and threats of using the armed forces against the government of Venezuela violate that country's sovereignty and the United Nations Charter. According to the experts, even if the allegation that vessels the United States military has attacked in the Caribbean are linked to narcotics trafficking were true, the use of lethal force in international waters without proper legal basis violates the international law of the sea and amounts, according to the experts, to extrajudicial executions. The United States has attacked at least 6 boats and a semi-submersible it claims were involved in transporting illicit drugs and killed at least 32 occupants. 2 survived, and even though they were described as terrorists by the Trump administration, they were repatriated to Colombia and Ecuador with no charges filed against them. The Ecuadorian government said there was no evidence linking their repatriated citizen with illegal activity. The report says, and I quote, "The long history of external interventions in Latin America must not be repeated. The international community must stand firm in defending the rule of law, dialogue, and the peaceful settlement of disputes." President Trump claims he has the authority for the attacks because he is engaged in armed conflict with drug cartels to stem the flow of drugs to the United States. But the experts said in their report that these moves are an extremely dangerous escalation with grave implications for peace and security in the Caribbean region. Juan Carlos Lopez, CNN, Washington.